The first gameplay trailer for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has been released, so here we go. So it looks like we got a stadium, and there's the inside, and there's various floating platforms. So we got the racetrack there, and here comes the players. It looks like there's several types of vehicles. You got cars, you got hoverboards, you got Jet, and you even got Sage. That's really surprising of a character. This certainly has some very different animation and art style to it. That's interesting, you got trees floating in the air like that, with a very deep green that draws your attention right to it. I really like that drifting animation that they have. And there's Big the Cat. That's interesting the characters can jump in the air like that. Now they're going into a portal. That's interesting how the racetrack just transforms like that into, it looks like Dinosaur Jungle from Sonic and the Secret Rings. That's an interesting touch. So we're gonna go into a dinosaur world. He's getting chased there. Oh, that's pretty neat. Oh, right under him. And there's the rider's board. Tails is flying along there. Oh, there's an aircraft carrier. So it's Metal Harbor. You can even hear the music there. That's pretty neat. A Metal Harbor themed world. Oh, and into a pirate world, it looks like. There's a squid there. It's quite impressive. There's so many different vehicles, too, you can drive along. And it looks like you got the Wisps there. This definitely reminds me a lot of Team Sonic Racing, just with different worlds here. Not really sure what that is. Chow Park? Okay, there's a squid there. And it was like a portal right there. They seem to be just transforming through different portals easily. Is that it? Looks like it. Coming soon, Riskless now. Alright, let's go back and look at that again. So that definitely reminds me a lot of like an Olympic stadium. Those trees remind me a lot of Sonic Superstar Cyber Station, and you can also tell that there are Chow in the audience. Okay, right here we can see a bunch of the characters. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Silver, Jet, Eggman, Sage, which is surprising, Metal Sonic, and Vector. It's interesting they brought the Extreme Gear back. On the background we can see some other characters, and it appears you have some of the Deadly Six, such as Zavok, Zaz, and there's even the Egg Pawn. Now this is pretty interesting here. Look at Sage. Look what she's driving. That car, it looks like Giganto, maybe? And just for a split second, we can see Cream and Omega. Oh, that's some really neat drifting animation there. And it even looks like some of the billboards have characters on them. This honestly reminds me a bit of Sonic Colors because of this excessive bloom. So there's the bottom of the racetrack. It looks like there's like a hexagon pattern with different shades of green, gray, and blue. Now this is interesting, there's two different portals there. One goes into Dinosaur Jungle, and the other one there we can see just has question marks on it. And it's also kind of funny, the sign on the right says Dude on Paw on it, referencing Team Sonic Racing. It almost looks like the portal just moves in front of him there, and there was like some electricity around Shadow. It seems that when they transport from one world to the next, cars transform into boats, and that's some type of new vehicle that Silver has. I haven't played Sonic and the Secret Rings yet, so this stage is kind of new to me. This stage really reminds me a lot of Team Sonic Racing. It seems like they took a lot of the physics and stuff from it too. I really wonder how the Extreme Gear is going to work, if it's going to be similar to the driving the cars or not. Now this is really cool. We have a Metal Harbor themed world, and there's several ships there. This is an interesting feature here. How do the two portals go into one like this and move? And in this frame we can see that there's sky rings. And it looks like some Mobians standing on the platforms there. This is crazy, there's a whole entire pirate ship and a squid there. And of course they bring back the Wisps again. Like the Drill Wisp. I wonder what other Wisps they will have. Sonic has a yellow hoverboard. That's definitely a different one, so there's multiple ones it looks like. This kind of looks like Station Square in the background. You might even have the hotel. And that is so cute right there, a Chow with a pirate hat on. That's a very seamless transition from one world to the next there. And it even looks like Sonic's model is just the Frontiers model. They're reusing that again. The game does look pretty good, but there's definitely a lot of excessive bloom to it. I'm also very worried about the physics of the hoverboards because they might be the same as the cars. And it definitely reminds me a lot of Team Sonic Racing. It's also kind of funny that the dinosaur is there on the front page. It looks like he's about to eat Jet. It says sign up for the closed network test on February 21st, which Sonic Stadium said will be exclusive to PS5. King Dude on Paw is putting the finishing touches on the competition, but now PS5 players can sign up for the closed network test for a chance to experience the racetrack sooner. However, closed network testing will not feature the Extreme Gear and compete against players from around the world, so apparently there will be some type of online multiplayer. Takashi Iizuka, the head of Sonic Team, said, "In Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, not only did we want to introduce the innovative idea of racing through different worlds as you warp through the travel rings, but we also wanted anyone who had fun playing our previous Sonic racing games to really enjoy this title, so we took a lot of elements from those past games and incorporated them. We included the extreme gear from the Sonic Riders series as well as the transform feature from Sonic All-Star Racing series, which makes a great combination of all the Sonic racing games to date. In addition to racers being able to change between locations, tracks themselves will shift with each lap. Another highlight of the game is its dynamic tracks, which draw inspiration from past Sonic racing titles such as Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed and offer a transformative racing experience like no other. With each lap, the track undergoes dynamic changes and comes to life, shifting between land, sea, and air terrains. Their ever-evolving track will be sure to challenge players to adapt their racing strategies for the thrilling gameplay experiences to enable them with the track beyond their reaching the finish line. The giant rings that take racers to other locations are called travel rings, and they transport racers from one world to another on the second lap. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds introduces travel rings, a new gameplay mechanic making each race feel surprisingly and fresh. Travel rings bring dynamic changes to the races, transforming racers from one world to another in completely different locations. The lead racer gets to choose the cross world that all players will be transported on the second lap, allowing the environments to come alive with various racetrack challenges. Each cross world offers a theme park-like experience with surprises around every turn, including large monsters, engaging obstacles, and tracks filled with beautiful scenery. Vehicles are now fully customizable and no longer tied to characters. This game also brings the most extensive vehicle customization in the series so far. For the first time ever in a Sonic racing game, characters are not specifically tied to vehicles and can race all kinds of vehicles. Characters and vehicles all have a unique skill set of parameters like speed, acceleration, and handling, so players can try different combinations to best suit their racing style. In addition, players can mix and match parts of different vehicles to create their own custom vehicle. And if that wasn't enough, players can choose colors, decals, and textures for almost every aspect of the vehicle, including the interior. We have no doubt that racers will enjoy tinkering in the garage to create a one-of-a-kind vehicle that not only looks fantastic, but also performs amazingly on the track. So that kind of reminds me of the character customization in Sonic Forces, but instead in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, you're going to be able to customize each individual car. There was also an interesting detail that was found on the PlayStation blog in which it says, "New worlds await for the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog racing game, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, introducing a unique gameplay mechanic transforming the iconic characters from Sonic and Sega universes into new dimensions." The newest entry in the Sonic Racing series is a Sonic game, driving game, and action game all in one that will feature an exciting racing experience across several different modes, worlds, and more. We only saw Sonic characters in the trailer, but it looks like they will include Sega characters as well. There's already a Steam page and it confirms a shared split-screen player versus player and a cross-platformer multiplayer. On that page there's also a series of screenshots. Here we can see Amy with a pink car in a very colorful world, and it was confirmed that this level is called Rainbow Garden. Here Sonic is on the pirate ship and he appears to be going towards the Kraken there, and there's also some ghosts there. And it was confirmed that this level is called Kraken Bay. This is really cool right here. Sonic is about to get eaten by this dinosaur. And you can also get a good view of the rings as well as the power-ups. Here Sonic is doing a trick in Metal Harbor, and this is really cool that they have a Metal Harbor world. The car is definitely a little bit different there. This appears to be one of the power-ups being used, and it looks like it's a fist that is green and appears to be distorting everything behind it. This is the inside of some type of building, and it almost looks like an airport with check-in counters. Here's the race stadium, which could be the first level. This appears to be the starting track for the Metal Harbor race. Here we have Shadow, and it looks like Seaside Hill or a palace or something like that, but it's definitely a little bit different than that. And there's also the Chow that are in the stands. This appears to also be part of that same level with this mysterious structures that we've not seen before. This appears to be a lava level, and it kind of reminds me a bit of Sonic Colors. Here's a level that's in the sky, and there's even a balloon shaped like a Chow. And we have, of course, there's a casino level. There's always a casino level in every single game. You got the chips there and different buildings in the background. We have some new renders for Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and several other characters. And this appears to be a layout of how the vehicle customization will work. So for example, that car can be broken down into Silver's car, Shadow's car, and some purple car. And there's likely endless possibilities of different car customization options. Speaking of car, it's so crazy that Silver has a quill-shaped car. There's a close-up of Jet, and that's the first time he's been in a Sonic game in a while. We can even see the Cream's car has a bow tie on it. It has been confirmed that the game will run on Unreal Engine. It appears that part of the manual was also leaked, and that talks about the crossworld, the drift ability, flight controls, and the air tricks. Here we have some options for speedy air trick and a bunch of other buttons, not really sure what any of that stuff does. This appears to be some type of page about gadgets for the game. And here's this page for a choose a course, and we have Rainbow Garden, Metal Harbor, Ocean View, or Random, and there's at least 11 characters there ready to race. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds looks really interesting, and I can't wait to play it. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember, you gotta go fast!